This video is sponsored by Canva. Use the link in the description for a 45-day free trial. The first thing I'll tell you that I've learned is that it's super important to not let things get too complicated on screen. When you're using text on screen, things can get busy and out of control if you aren't careful. If you want your viewer to be able to not get bored when they are watching a video you have made, you need to make sure you aren't putting too many words on screen. Also, don't use too many fonts because every font tells a story to your viewer's subconscious. If that introduction didn't drive you insane, you probably shouldn't even watch this video because you have no sense of design. Now, I like this. Whoever made this knew what they were doing. I don't know why, but for some reason I enjoy looking at this. Wow, this is just some really good stuff. There's two font families. First, there's a font family called serif, and this type of font has little serifs, little feet. Now, this type of font is sans serif. Sans is French for without, and so this type of font has no serifs. They're gone. Now, most books and magazines are printed with serif fonts, but you can see here that they've chosen to use a sans serif font, a bold one. It looks nice. Sans serif fonts have become very popular with screens. If you're on the internet, you're looking at sans serif fonts. For some reason, they just look better on screens than serif fonts do. My favorite font right now is Roboto. It was developed by Google, and the reason why I like it so much is because it says nothing. It doesn't carry any extra baggage like or it's simple.
I'm a graphic designer, motion graphic artist.
I decided to speak with Russ Clough because he's incredible at what he does. I asked him, what advice would you give to people who are just starting out with design and typography with video?
Try and just keep one or two different fonts on the page. If you're noticing that your spread has 3, 4, 5 different fonts, just stop right there. just pull the plug. Quit while you're ahead, because if you get too many on the page, it's a cluster. Don't do that to yourself. So when you're working on a video project and you're gonna have captions and you're gonna have text animating on the screen, pick a font and stick with it. Don't mix it up. So when it comes down to picking color, if you break out some of those bright neon colors, it's just gonna communicate 90s word art. As a rule of thumb, if you've got some corporate video or a client that you're putting together content for, pick black, pick white. And how are you gonna pick? I do the squint test. If you're standing back from your monitor, because we get tunnel vision and we'll get too close to whatever we're working on, stand back and squint. Can you read it? If you can't, try the opposite and see if it's any better. Everybody's gonna have their opinions on what software is ideal. They're gonna have their opinions on which tools should use, but really what it boils down to is the most effective tool is the one that works for you.
Speaking about choosing design software, I want to talk to you about Canva. Canva is an intuitive graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and graphic video content. Canva is free to use and offers paid subscriptions like Canva Pro. If you are starting with graphic design, Canva makes it easy to make professional-looking stuff, even if you don't really know what you're doing. Check out this video I made with Canva, and it only took me like 2 minutes. If you're interested in taking your design game to the next level, click on the link in the description for a 45-day free trial of Canva Pro. As many of you know, at Epiclight Media we make TV commercials, and typography and graphic design are a huge part of what we do. But if you're looking for some incredible inspiration for how to up your game in terms of graphic design, check out Sandwich Video. They have tons of TV commercials they've made. They're really able to communicate ideas so effectively, so simply, in such a beautiful way. They are the gold standard in terms of commercial filmmaking with typography and design. If you want your work to be extra creative, then here's something we do on our YouTube channel all the time. I use a Sharpie and I write down what I want on screen onto a piece of paper first. Sometimes I go over it twice just to make it extra bold. Then I use my phone and I take a photo of the words. I bring it into the editor, and using the color tools, I make sure that the whites are very, very white and the blacks are very, very black. We're going for lots of contrast. Then I invert the image, and I change the opacity from normal to lighten, and voila, we got our words on screen and they look cool. Here are 3 more tips for better typography design. First, size. If something is important and you want your viewer to see it first, make it bigger. Second, double or half. To distinguish a title from a description, like this, or with this lower third title, double or half your font. For example, if the title is 100-point font, make the description a 50-point font. Third, skip weights. Don't use a medium weight alongside a bold. Use light and bold weights together. They will complement each other better that way. By the way, another fantastic design resource is this cool YouTube channel from Canva, where you can learn more about designing with Canva so you can up your design game. But if you enjoyed this video by Epiclight Media, do not subscribe to Epiclight Media because #EpiclightMediaSucks.